Charlotte.
And our single best chart plays to each of our guest hosts' expertise, deflation and apparel. Our chart today shows how there's more evidence that consumers paying less per unit. We talked last week about how the growth in apparel unit volume has overtaken apparel sales. Check this out. The average selling price of apparel peaked in 2001 at $24.73. Since then, it has declined, bottoming during the crisis in 2009. Overall, the average price is down 12% since the high, and in 2013, it was only 2.5% above 2009's low. There we go. I got it out. This chart is from Morgan Stanley. And Mark Elwood, Morgan Stanley says it doubts the average selling price will return to historical peak levels, partly because weaning shoppers from all these promotional expectations will be pretty difficult.
But it's impossible because it's biological. We have hormonal reactions to discounts. I call it Viagra. Dopamine is the chemical in our brain that tells us to do something again when we get a bonus, whether it's a free slice of chocolate cake or a discount. When you get dopamine surging through your brain, you want more of it. It's addictive. So once you give that to people when they shop, they keep asking for it.
Yet people have shifted what they're buying from apparel to other things. I mean, we see this move away from apparel, and you certainly see that in the average selling price of apparel coming down to electronic gadgets, that kind of thing, with higher price points.
As long as they get a discount, it's not necessarily about the price point. Everyone wants at least 30% off, and then they'll open their wallets. It doesn't matter what they spend, it's how they're spending.
Got it.
Mark, when you see that line dropping down for the price of apparel, does that say more about pricing strategies, or does that say more about the cost of production?
I think it says more about retailers' desperation. I don't think many retailers these days have much of a pricing strategy. I think they are hurling things at the wall, sending out discount emails, desperately trying to grab a bit of market share.
So that's eating into retailer margins. They're not passing that on to the producer.
Oh, completely. Okay. This is not a question about basing the price on the production costs. This is a question of getting the market-based pricing where there's just too much stuff.
Yeah, Bill Batter, you're nodding your head here as we talk about this.
He describes exactly what's happening, yes. Margins are being squashed by a glut of too much of everything.
Well, does that speak, the core is just a theme, and you nailed this, 3, 4, 5 years ago. It was a theme at Davos last year of low nominal GDP, a lesser animal spirit, which folds right over to Mr. Elwood's world.
No.
Do you see a pickup in nominal GDP next year?
No, absolutely not. We are seeing globally nominal GDP growth flat. In advanced economies, I say also roughly flat. Yeah, no, nothing's happening. And emerging markets down.
But I thought in America something's happening, Brett.
But it also seems like I wonder whether this is even in economics textbooks either, which is that did anybody predict that we'd get so good at making stuff efficiently that we just have too much stuff?
And the productivity growth in manufacturing remains phenomenal. Yes, it's
Which part, very quickly, which part of retail's harmed the most here with your attitude on pricing?
Clothing. Apparel really struggles because apparel is oversupplied above everything else.
Okay. Very good. Mark Elwood, we'll talk about that here.